Students, in this video I am going to prove location of roots theorem. This theorem is very much used in numerical analysis. And to prove this theorem, we will use these two corollaries which we have already proved or taken in previous video. Fine. So we will use these two corollaries to prove this. What is the statement? If a function f is continuous in AB, closed interval AB, and f of a and f of b are of opposite signs. That means if f of a is positive, then obviously f of b should be negative. Or if f of a is negative, then f of b should be positive. They should be opposite in sign. Then there exists some point C in between open interval AB such that f of c is 0. Fine. So this is shown, this because they are of opposite signs. So there are two cases when f of a is positive and f of b is negative. So this case is shown here, first case. Second case, when f of a is negative and f of b is positive, this case is shown here. Fine. So here, suppose example, this is the case when f of a is negative, f of b is negative, function is continuous. So that's why we are having this kind of curve. So obviously there should be a point C here in between a and b where f of c is 0. Similarly, in this case, if f of a is positive, f of b is negative, so this is the continuous curve, then this curve intersects x-axis at point C here, and here f of c is 0. So this is the theorem. Now we have to prove this theorem mathematically. So let us take this case. Suppose we are either having this case or this case, so let us take second case. So हमने second case को assume कर लिया. Fine. So since f of a is positive, that means this, and f of b, so since f of a and f of b are of opposite signs, so we may take f of a is positive and f of b is negative. That means this, f of a is positive, f of b is negative. And let S be the subset of closed interval AB defined as follows. So S is basically this set from A to C. This set is denoted by S. Mathematically, S is the collection of all the x in between A to B, and f of x is positive. So for which you can see that for these elements from here to here, the corresponding value of the function will be positive. So this is shown here. This is equation number 1. Fine. Now obviously we have constructed the set. So first property is that this set should be a non-empty set. जब भी हम कोई सेट बनाते हैं तो पहले सबसे पहले यही चेक करते हैं कि क्या वो नॉन एम्प्टी सेट है कि नहीं है. So here S is non-empty. Why? Because f of a, as per our assumption, f of a is positive. So this will satisfy this property, and hence a belongs to S. So f of a is positive, so implies a belongs to S, and hence S is non-empty. Second thing, from this figure you will see that S is bounded. This set is S, and this set is bounded by every element from C to B. In fact, B is an upper bound. C से बड़े जितने भी एलिमेंट्स हैं सारे अपर बाउंड हैं. उन्हीं में से एक है B. All these elements are upper bound. So B is also an upper bound of this. So that's why S is bounded above with B as its upper bound. क्योंकि ये सेट S तो यहाँ से यहाँ तक था, इसके बाद के सारे एलिमेंट इसके अपर बाउंड होंगे, तो B भी एक अपर बाउंड होगा. यही यहाँ लिखा है. फाइन. Now by the order completeness property of R, set of real numbers, what the property says, S has, if set is bounded non-empty and bounded above, then S has a supremum. अगर set non-empty और bounded above है तो उसका एक supremum होगा. This is the order completeness property. So suppose C is the supremum of S. That means this point. Suppose this point is the supremum. Fine. So C belongs to closed interval AB, क्योंकि C तो इसी में belong करेगा, यहाँ से यहाँ तक function ही यहीं तक defined है, तो C इसी में होगा. So C belongs to AB. now we have to prove two important things. First, this C is neither A nor B. ये जो C है ना ये A है ना ये B है, बल्कि इनके बीच का पॉइंट है. This first part is to show that C belongs to in open interval AB. तो इसके लिए हमें क्या प्रूफ करना पड़ेगा? C is not equals to A and C is not equals to B. ये हमें पहले प्रूफ करना पड़ेगा. तो यही प्रूफ किया गया है यहाँ. So now we shall prove that C is not equals to A and C is not equals to B. So C is in between AB. ये हमें प्रूफ करना है. How? To prove this we will use these two corollaries. We will use these corollaries. इन दोनों corollary का इस्तेमाल करेंगे हम ये प्रूफ करने के लिए. कैसे? First part, since fx is continuous at x equal to a, at this point function is continuous. And what is the sign of f of a here? Positive. So according to the first property, if function is continuous at x equal to a and f of a is non-zero, and in fact here is non-zero, so then there exists some delta greater than 0 such that fx has the same sign as f of a. So here f of a is positive. So in this interval function is positive. So here, so in place of delta we are taking delta 1. So here since f of x is continuous at x equal to a and f of a is positive, then by corollary number 1 there exists a delta 1 greater than 0 such that f of x is positive for all x in the interval a to a plus delta 1. Fine. So here is a, here is B, here is somewhere a plus delta 1 and this point is C. So this is the curve. Here is your f of a. So in this interval from here to here, if x is here, then you will see that f of x is also positive. F of x is positive, this value. So this is shown here. And this is valid for all the points from here to here according to corollary number 1. This is shown here and graphically represented here on the x-axis. Fine. So you from this you will see that a to a plus delta 1 is subset of S. What is S? Set S is this from here to here. So because delta is very small quantity, so you can see that this interval is subset of this set S. Set S is from A to C. Delta 1 is a very small quantity. That's why. So this is shown here. This is shown here. A to A plus delta 1 is subset of S. Now if C is equals to A, if C is equals to A, then supremum of S is A. Why? Because what is C? We have defined C as supremum of S. If C is equal to A, then supremum of S is A. Fine. क्योंकि हमने C को डिफाइन यही किया है, C इज नथिंग बट सुप्रीमम ऑफ S. सुप्रीमम ऑफ S है. अब अगर ये A हो गया यहाँ पर तो सुप्रीमम ऑफ S A के बराबर हो जाएगा. फाइन. सो दिस इम्प्लाइज इफ C इज इक्वल टू A देन सुप्रीमम ऑफ S इज A. इसका मतलब एवरी एलिमेंट ऑफ S इज लेस देन इक्वल टू A. सो एवरी एलिमेंट ऑफ S इज लेस देन इक्वल टू A. एंड व्हाट इज द एलिमेंट ऑफ S अकॉर्डिंग टू दिस पिक्चर? This is set S. Every element of S is less than equal to A. So one of the element is A plus delta 1. A plus delta 1 जो है ये S का एलिमेंट ही तो है यहाँ से यहाँ तक. ये भी एक एलिमेंट है. इसका मतलब A plus delta 1 should be less than equal to A होना चाहिए. According to this, every element of S is less than equal to A. So A plus delta 1 which is an element of this is also less than equal to A. But this is contradiction. This is impossible. Why? बिकॉज डेल्टा 1 इज पॉजिटिव नंबर. इस नंबर में कुछ ऐड करने के बाद इस नंबर से छोटा कैसे हो सकता है? सो दैट्स वाई a प्लस डेल्टा 1 इज लेस देन इक्वल टू ए. दिस इज इम्पॉसिबल एज a प्लस डेल्टा 1 इज ग्रेटर देन a and hence c is not equal to a. So this is proved. Now we will prove that c is not equal to b. So since f of b is negative according to this is your f of b negative. So f of b is negative. So again you can find a delta, suppose delta 2. So this is delta 2, b minus delta 2, and in this interval f of, if x is here, then f of x will be negative. Yani we can find a number such that b minus, in this for every element in this range, f of x is less than 0, and this is due to the corollary number 2. अब हम corollary का second part इस्तेमाल करें. So this implies f of x is less than 0 for all x in between a b minus delta 2 to b by corollary number 2. This is equation number 2. So this implies, because what is s? S is the collection of all the points where f of x is positive. So this implies in this range from here to here all the points are negative, and here we have seen that f of x is negative. This implies every point of this is greater than c. इसका मतलब हर एक पॉइंट c से बड़ा होना चाहिए यहाँ, क्योंकि ये वो कलेक्शन है जहाँ f of x इज नेगेटिव है, ये वो कलेक्शन है यहाँ से यहाँ तक जो सारा का सारा पॉजिटिव है. ये पॉजिटिव का कलेक्शन है, ये नेगेटिव का कलेक्शन है, ठीक. और b माइनस डेल्टा 2 is this point is laying in the right hand side of c. That's why. So b minus delta 2 is an upper bound of s. आप देख सकते हो b minus delta 2 is right hand side of c. c के right hand side में है, and from a to c is set s. यहाँ से यहाँ तक set s है, तो इसके बाद के जितने भी पॉइंट्स होंगे सब अपर बाउंड होंगे. So b minus delta 2 is also an upper bound of this. So b minus delta 2 is an upper bound of s. अदरवाइज अगर ऐसा नहीं है तो क्या होगा? अगर हम ये कहें कि ये पॉइंट इसका अपर बाउंड नहीं है, इसका मतलब ये b माइनस डेल्टा 2 समवेयर हियर, तब ये यहाँ होना चाहिए. सिचुएशन ये होनी चाहिए a2, दिस इज c, दिस इज b, एंड हियर इज b माइनस डेल्टा 2. देन वी कैन सी दैट b माइनस डेल्टा 2 इज नॉट एन अपर बाउंड ऑफ s because set s is here from here to here. अब आप देख सकते हैं अगर b माइनस डेल्टा 2 अपर बाउंड नहीं है, इसका मतलब वो पॉइंट यहाँ होना चाहिए कहीं here, because this set is here, this set is s is from here to here. If so, then b minus, if so, this is not an upper bound of this. That means there is some point in between here to here. Because b minus delta 2 is an interior point of s, that's why there is some point y in between b minus delta 2 to c, because there are lots of points, among them you can find at least a point y. कम से कम एक पॉइंट आप फाइंड कर ही सकते हो यहाँ से यहाँ के बीच में y. So that's why b minus delta 2 is less than y is less than equal to b. Fine. This implies f of y is negative. Why? Because for otherwise there exists some y belongs to s. This y belongs to s, this y belongs to s, and that's why this implies f of y will be positive. Because what is the collection of s? S is the collection of all the x where x is in between a to b and f of x is positive. And since y belongs to s, so that's why f of y will be positive. Fine. तो ये कब था? जब अदरवाइज का ऑप्शन था. फॉर अदरवाइज देयर एग्जिस्ट सम y belongs to s such that y is in greater than b minus delta 2. That is b minus delta 2 is less than y, this, and y is less than equal to b. This implies f of y is negative by 2. By 2 means this property. Because b minus delta 2 to b, y is laying in between this and obviously satisfy this property also. But this is a contradiction because y belongs to s, so f of y should be positive. Here we are saying that f of y is negative due to this, and here we are saying f of y is positive because y belongs to s. So they are contradicting to each other, and hence our supposition is wrong. That means b minus delta 2 is an upper bound of s, and that's why c is supremum of s, and so c is less than equal to b minus delta 2. इसका मतलब ये b minus delta 2 इससे बड़ा ही पॉइंट होगा, अपर बाउंड होगा. ये एक अपर बाउंड होगा तो ये बाहर होगा, सुप्रीमम से बाहर. So c is less than equal to b minus delta 2. Fine. And hence, because delta 2 is a positive quantity, so we can say c is not equal to b. So c is not equal to a from here, c is not equal to b from here, and that's why c is in between open interval ab. So now we have proved this. Now the second part, we have to prove that f of c is equal to 0. ये हमें प्रूफ करना है. तो we have to prove that f of c is 0. So suppose f of c is not 0. Suppose f of c is not 0. So suppose f of c is non-zero. This implies either f of c is positive or f of c is negative. So that's why here we have taken case 1 when f of c is positive. So since f of c is positive, then by the previous theorem जो हमने proof की थी, f continuous है, f of c is positive है, there exists a delta 3 greater than 0 such that f of x is positive. यानी कि इस इंटरवल में for all x in between c minus delta 3 to c plus delta 3, इस इंटरवल में सभी x के लिए फंक्शन पॉजिटिव होगा. ये हमने प्रीवियस थ्योरम में प्रूफ किया है. So we have utilized this. So among this, from these infinitely many elements, we have taken an element alpha in between c to c plus delta 3. So the situation is like this. Situation is like this. This is point A, this is B, here is C. What is the situation? F of c is positive. So here is somewhere function is like this. For example, we are saying that f of c is not 0, suppose positive. So you can find c minus delta 3 to c plus delta 3. In this interval you will see that function is positive. This functional value is positive. Among this infinitely many points from here to here, suppose alpha is here, some point alpha is here. So this is shown c alpha c plus delta 3. For this functional value is positive. F of alpha is positive. F of alpha is positive. This is shown here. And that's why we can say that alpha belongs to S. Because what is the construction of S? S is the collection of all the points. S is the collection of all the points where f of alpha is, x is positive. So since f of alpha is positive, so alpha belongs to S. So from 1. So this, but what is the supremum of S? Is C. C जो है वो इसका सुप्रीमम है. इसका मतलब अल्फा इसके अंदर बिलोंग कर रहा है. इसका मतलब अल्फा सी से छोटा ही होगा या इक्वल होगा. अल्फा इज लेस देन इक्वल टू सी बिकॉज सी इज द सुप्रीमम ऑफ एस, विच कॉन्ट्रोडिक्ट फिफ्थ को कॉन्ट्रोडिक्ट करता है. क्यों? क्योंकि यहाँ हम क्लेम कर रहे हैं सी इज लेस देन अल्फा, जबकि यहाँ हमने क्या प्रूफ किया है? अल्फा इज लेस देन इक्वल टू सी. सो दे आर कॉन्ट्रोडिक्टिंग टू ईच अदर एंड हैंस एफ ऑफ सी इज नॉट पॉजिटिव. तब ये पॉजिटिव नहीं हो सकता. तब निगेटिव चेक कर लेते हैं. Similarly, since f is continuous at x equal to c and f of c is negative according to our assumption, again you can find some delta 4. अब हम अपना delta 4 चेंज कर देते हैं यहाँ पर interval. Here is a, here to b, here is point c, and so since f of c is negative, so that's why like situation is like this. Here the negative. So again you can find delta 4, c minus delta 4 to c plus delta 4, and now you can choose a point beta here in this side. C minus delta 4 to c. Here we have selected point alpha from c to c plus delta 4. Here we will select the point c minus delta 4 to c. इसके बीच में select कर लेते हैं. So and you will see that f of beta will be negative. ये negative है. So delta 4 is positive and f of x is negative for all in the interval c minus delta 4 to c plus delta 4. For example, here all the points from here to here, they are negative values. Fine. So this is negative and c is the supremum. So there exists at least one beta belongs to S such that c minus delta 4 is less than beta is less than equal to c. This is the situation. So and hence beta belongs to c minus delta 4 to c, and so f of beta is negative. According to this situation, f of beta here is negative, and but beta belongs to S, if you will see, beta is here point, and from here what is s? S is from here to here, a to c, a to c is s, and beta is inside s, so beta belongs to s. और अगर बीटा एस में बिलोंग करता है, यहाँ पर आप देख भी सकते हैं बीटा बिलोंग्स टू एस, क्योंकि यहाँ से यहाँ तक तो ऐसी है ये पूरा, सो एस, सो एफ ऑफ बीटा शुड बी पॉजिटिव होना चाहिए, जो कि कॉन्ट्रोडिक्ट करता है इस इक्वेशन को. हियर इज एफ ऑफ बीटा निगेटिव, हियर इज पॉजिटिव, इसका मतलब एफ ऑफ सी जो है वो निगेटिव ही नहीं है. तो ना निगेटिव है ना पॉजिटिव है, अल्टीमेटली क्या है, ज़ीरो है. सो एफ ऑफ सी ज़ीरो फॉर सम सी बिलोंग्स टू ओपन इंटरवल ए बी. दिस इज द थ्योरम. Fine. So I think you understand this theorem, location of roots theorem. Very important theorem and very useful in numerical analysis. Thank you.